What up, though, Pride Nation? Welcome back to another episode of your Detroit Lions Roundtable with the Detroit.Sports.Alliance. We gonna have some fun today. We do have a subscriber on the panel today, and we're going to get to all our members of the panel because I want to make sure that we get properly introduced. Now, obviously, we're a couple of days out before our Week 2 game, and my goal was hopefully to get some Packer fans on here, but it didn't work out. So, hey, we gonna do the best we can with what we have. First up, we have right here on the panel people who I'm just so excited to talk some football with. Is we have Mr. Andrew, which is one half of the dynamic duo Real Detroit Lions fan. What's going on, Andrew?
Hey, what's going on, Luke? Thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. Then we have our subscriber guest of the day, the Jeneral View, a.k.a. JGB. What's going on, General?
What up, though, everyone?
Look, man, he just so damn cool, ain't he? Just what up, though? Everybody all right? Y'all all right? Everybody cool?
We in here, you know.
Right. Then we have Mike from OMG. It's Lions Talk. What's going on, Mike?
What it do, man? I'm ready. Let's talk.
And then we have the heart of the city, Mr. 313 J-Mo himself. What's going on, J-Mo?
What's good, y'all, man? I'm close to 1,000, so I need all of y'all to sub right now.
I know. Where are you at? Like what?
I don't know. I think I'm at like 990 something. I don't know. I just know I'm close.
I feel like you're like 4 away, bro. I feel like you're like 4 away. You're only like 4 away.
And shout out to all my Lions fans. We've been through a lot, y'all.
I know, bro. Like it's crazy to me. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. I want to jump into this. We got a lot to cover in a short period of time. I am still on that good old thing called the clock, but I'm here. So right off the gate, man. This question, this one came directly from JGB, and when I saw the question, I was like, "Yo, that's awesome. That's an awesome thing to see." But the question to me. Not for me, but for you guys. The question is the Detroit Lions for all of 2018, 2019, only blitzed about 13% of the time. That is pathetic. That's pathetic. 13% of the time. But in week 1 alone, their blitz rate was about 30%. The question I have is, do you think that this is something that Underland changed in his game plan? Because of the injuries to the DBs. We'll start this off with you, JGB, since this is your question. What are your thoughts on this?
I think, first off, it did have a play in it, but I think that is Underland mixing his 2 cents into what Patricia got going on, because that's probably what they brought him in for, is his blitz packages from Philly and the way he works with the DBs and stuff, and it was getting there, it was working, and that's what everybody wanted, right? Was more blitzing, so we got what we wanted.
So for you believe that this was something that was changed simply due to the injuries that are mounted up on the team?
No, I think it's part of the scheme. I think we're going to see a lot more blitzes.
Okay. What say you, Andrew? Do you believe that this change in blitzing is a result of the game plan that was exercised by Underland, or was it more so because of the injuries that happened with the DBs?
Nah, I mean, it seemed like they were blitzing a little bit earlier in the game, before everyone started going down. But, I mean, that's a huge change from like 13% to 30%. So I hope they keep it up because they were getting home. I mean, if they could actually wrap up and finish the job, that would have been fantastic. So I think it was more of game plan over injuries.
Okay. OMG, what are your thoughts on this?
I think Underland was on full display Sunday. I think Patricia really did step aside and let him do his thing, man, because he brought, like Andrew said, he brought some of that Philly magic with him.
Okay. I'm surprised at some of these responses, to be honest with you, but I feel like this is where it's going to get real. J-Mo, what are your thoughts? Do you believe that this change up from going from 13% to 30% was something that is all because of what Underland did in his game plan, or was it something that was changed or had to be changed due to the injuries at DB?
Well, no, because we were blitzing before the injuries happened. So, I mean, we blitzed them, I think, on like the second and third drive whenever they got the ball. So, when I'm looking at that, no. And I'm not gonna give Underland all the credit. Maybe Patricia knew he had to blitz more, but I don't think it's related to players going down. I just think this team is gonna blitz more, like JGB said. We're just gonna blitz more all year, and we should have been doing it. 13% is the most abysmal percentage I've ever heard in my entire life for a blitz rate. So we got to do better.
Now, listen, it's too early in the night for me to be agreeing with J-Mo this damn early, but I agree with him. I don't think it had anything to do with injuries. I don't think it had anything to do with, this Underland changing the game plan. I think this is just Patricia looked at. He's an analytical guy. He know what the analytics told him about the previous season. And I believe earlier in the season, I told y'all, listen, if we blitz that little, you already know that this coming season that he's finna be turning up the blitz any damn way. The problem was he wasn't always blitzing on the best downs or mixing in coverage on certain downs. But Corey Underland, I think, was just basically calling the plays that Patricia wanted, in my opinion. I do not believe that this was a Corey Underland defensive coaching job, in my opinion. I just don't see that. It's too hard to believe. But if anybody disagree with that, feel free to chime in.
I wanted to ask you something that's completely unrelated. Do you think Jamie Collins will make the defense look any different?
Nope.
Okay. I'm not saying better or worse. I mean, the defense is different because you have a guy like that instead of. I think Tavon Davis actually played very good, but I just think if he's out there, things might be just a little bit different with the way that we play. But that did look like some Patricia defense out there.
It just didn't look different. That's why I'm not buying it. And I think even if Collins was in, I don't think that it would look any different because they, believe it or not, they cut Davis's snaps in favor of Collins and Tavai. And Tavai is the one with the green dot on his helmet. So he's the one calling the damn plays.
Yo.
They did not look good.
I have a question, Luke.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Can I give a shout out to that comment on the screen right now? Hey, Jerm, that's my mom right now. What's up, Mom?
Hey, what's going on, Mama JGB?
What's going on, my dude?
Absolutely, we got Mom in the building. Hey, watch your mouth. All right, I respect my elders and I respect my queens. Don't be saying no foul language on here now. All right,
right.
And then look how listen, this right here when you know it's beautiful right here. Look at the emoji he used. He don't even got no cheeks. It's all teeth. Hey, Mom. But OMG, man, what's your thoughts, man?
Yeah. So you think basically Underland was just asking Madden?
Yep. I do, bro. Listen, it's no way.
Ask Madden.
Listen, think about this. You get a new defensive coordinator, and the same problems persist in the fourth quarter. How? How? Help it make sense, Sway. Like I don't understand.
No, they said it was our DBs. That's what they said. Everybody was hurt.
Man, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that.
That's what they say.
Like to me, it just I don't know. That would be like to me. That would be like if you buy a brand new car and it still won't start. It's like how's this possible? You bought the new car for a reason, and I don't understand. If we got a new defensive coordinator, how are we having the same problems before he was here? That's why I asked. Was he the one calling the plays?
But you gotta chalk up a little bit to the fact that our defensive front don't never get no pressure by themselves.
That's another issue. We talked about that during the draft.
That hasn't changed. Like until that changes, it starts up front. Everybody know that it starts up front on the O line and the D line. And if your front still don't get no pressure, like then you know what are you doing? Because in Philly, they front got pressure. They front four got pressure. If the Lions front four getting manhandled, then the back end is gonna suffer. That's why I didn't understand the Okuda pick.
But Mike, you gotta cover to get the sacks, bro. That's what they say, right?
No,
you gotta cover.
But don't do that.
I mean, not really. Not really. I mean, I'm not gonna agree with you. I'm not gonna agree with you on that because I'm not a DB heavy favorite dude. Like I feel like I'm a D line. You know what I'm saying? D line and the front seven is me. The DBs is like that's kind of like a second thing to me. You know what I'm saying? It's all
Oh,
about
you treat them like
Mike,
wide receivers. They just
Mike, I
on the cake, huh?
100% agree with you, bro. I'm just saying that because I think that's what Patricia said in the freaking interview. He was like, you got to cover to get the sacks, not create pressure to get. And I was like, what the heck are you talking about, bro? I was like,
go tell Lauren Taylor that. Go tell Warren Sapp that.
Right.
Go tell Reggie White.
Fran, San Francisco right now. Like,
it's just funny,
go tell
man.
Bruce Smith that. Shit.
Right.
I mean, man.
It's just the evidence there. But listen, let's go to this next question. Again, this one definitely came from JGB. When I saw this question, I love this one because I have tried my best to somewhat be neutral because, listen, people ask for him. We got him. I ain't finna argue with people no more about this head coach. But the question is, and again, this is just talking about week one before we move on from it. This is what he asks. He says, what's more concerning to you? The conservative play calling of Darrell Bevell in the fourth quarter or Patricia's lack of adjustments on defense in the fourth? Ooh, I love this question. We're gonna start this off with you, J-Mo. What concerns you more? That conservative play calling from Darrell Bevell or the lack of adjustments on defense in the fourth quarter by Matt Patricia?
First I gotta say Malik Mills said he subbed up. Good luck, bro. You won't be disappointed. But I just want to say that
facts.
I just want to say no, I'm not mad at Darrell Bevell and Matthew Stafford. Look, I'm not gonna blame the game on DeAndre Swift. Y'all didn't even hear me do that after the game. But if Swift catches that pass, they did their job. I mean, they did their job. Swift just happened to drop it. Like, if you want to be like that, but the defense, on the other hand, they didn't do no job to the point where the offense had to be a drop touchdown away from losing the game. And I know people want to be like Darrell, he didn't call the right run plays, definitely, but it's up to Matt Patricia to tell him to do that. Stafford can't take the sack. That's on him, and that's on. We shouldn't have been running that play. I'm on the defense, to be honest with you, because it's Mitch Trubisky. I will never forget what Hood Cam said. Why, without your DBs, why are you playing man instead of zone? Against Mitch Trubisky, he can't throw through the zone. It's Mitch Trubisky. He was missing passes all day. It was so many times our DBs was low getting burnt, and he was missing them. If you put a zone, come on, and you got to force them to run the ball. I know that sounds funny, but you got to put them in the zone and either be like throw or force them to run, and that would have worked. I think we botched that defensive effort completely. Like, I really do.
Okay, now J-Mo, Old Timer Dave says he subbed and that you are now at 998. So shout out to Old Timer Dave. He is a Packers fan, but he's a fair.
Uh-oh.
He ain't gonna like my Aaron Rodgers, the most overrated QB of all time video.
Listen, man. Hey, I got much respect for Old Timer Dave. He's going to be on our show on Sunday, so look forward to seeing him, Rage MK, and Dad Pizza to talk about their Packers. And, obviously they're coming into the Lions Den, so hopefully we can have a different output than last season. Last season was a different beast. But Hatterhouse 710 says Bevell concerns me more because we expected that from Patricia. OMG, what are your thoughts? What concerns you more? Darrell Bevell's conservative play calling or the lack of adjustments in the fourth quarter by one Mr. Matt Patricia?
Okay, excuse my language right now.
Hey, listen, we got a Quin in the house.
Okay.
Clean it up.
My bad. I'm about to say something. Everybody messed up, okay? It wasn't just one side or the other. Everybody messed up. The defense messed up, okay? The offense, Stafford taking sacks, Swift dropping passes, messed up. Matt Prater missing field goals to put them in midfield to start a drive, messed up. That was all three levels. Everybody messed up. Now, maybe defense messed up more, but everybody jagged the game. It can't be on one aspect, even though we all know, hey, defense, why don't y'all do that? But look, everybody had their chance and everybody jagged it. So it's an everybody thing. It ain't no offense, defense. It's everything.
Yeah, I think that it is. I think for me, I'm more concerned that Darrell Bevell's conservative play calling. And I think it's because, like what Hatterhouse said, that we expect the defense to be pretty much still Matt Patricia's baby. So I'm concerned that we didn't score any points in the fourth. I'm concerned that we're not scoring in the first quarter again. And to me, I'm tired of being second and third quarter heroes only to squander away perfect first and fourth quarters. And football is a game where it's played through all four quarters. And to me, his play calling was terrible. I mean, that swing pass to the running back, I still don't understand the concept of that. It's third and like 12 or 17. What was the swing pass supposed to do? Like I don't get it. So to me, I can put it on here, and I also can understand when people say, but the head coach is Patricia, so therefore, that's what it's supposed to be. You know what, man? Malik Mills out here, man. I feel like me and Malik on the same page. He says if we run Adrian Peterson all day, the Lions win. Then he come back with this beautiful gem right here, in my opinion, where he says, I thought our identity is to run the ball now. What happened with that? What happened? So I don't get it. Now, it says, hey, John, it says, just dead listening. Hey, we got both of them in there. Salute. The King and the Queen in the building. Both of them in the building. So shout out to him.
Hey, we can swear now, you know what I'm saying?
Right. JGB, man, this is your question. I thought it was an excellent question. What say you? What concern you more? The conservative play calling from Darrell Bevell in the fourth, or Matt Patricia's lack of adjustments on defense in the fourth?
I would have to agree with you, Luke, and it's kind of crazy that you actually didn't say Patricia, but
listen, I don't like the guy, but we're not scoring in the first, it's an issue for me. We not scoring in the fourth, it's an issue for me. So it's not like I just say the man's name because I don't like him. I look at what happened in the game, and that's what I go by.
But I think it's Darrell Bevell too, because I feel like if you know your defense is a liability, why not be aggressive on offense and score points? You know, like
facts.
Like Kansas City early last year, their defense was a liability. So what did Andy Reid tell Patrick Mahomes do? Run up the score, let them catch up. And then, but I thought it was kind of unfair to kind of blame it on Bevell because half the year last year we didn't have Stafford. So then I took it back and looked at it when he was in Minnesota, when he was in Seattle, and I looked at some of the losses, and he would give up a lot of second half leads and not score any points. You know, from 0 to 3, 7, and a bunch of losses. So I think it's Darrell Bevell. He's got a history with it. So
now you can call me funky. Says JGB, yo, your cousin on the way too. It's a family affair, man. It's a family affair, man. You can call me funky or silly, man. That dude be having some jokes and they be perfectly timed. What say you, Andrew? Are you more concerned with the conservative play calling in the fourth by Darrell Bevell, or by the Matt Patricia's lack of adjustments on defense in the fourth quarter?
Look, I always preach, you know, if you be aggressive with this offense, you have a chance of beating any team in this NFL. But for me, there's a time and a place for being conservatives. We scored 23 points. You're up, 17 points, whatever. You can be a little conservative, not that much, obviously, but the defensive play calling and the lack of adjustments is so pitiful because you had all of your starting secondary pretty much get hurt, and you continue to run the same scheme. You see that we are getting shredded by one of the worst quarterbacks in the NFL. You continue to run the same thing. You see that we are struggling on offense. You continue to run the same thing. Why is it that you do not know how to adjust on defense? It drives me absolutely nuts. As a fan, as a casual fan, I could have made better adjustments to that defense in game than this guy could have, because there's so much you could have done. At least bring some pressure. You know that your secondary is struggling because of the abundance of injuries. Make your front seven play more aggressive. You don't have to be aggressive on offense to win games always. If your defense is getting it done, you're fine. We held them to 6 points till the last freaking quarter. Why are you not bringing more pressure? Why are you not bringing in a hybrid linebacker that can also play safety like Miles Kilbrew or something instead of a Tony McRae? What in the heck are you doing? It made no sense. Watching that game, it made no sense. And to me, that's more concerning because I fear that even if we do put up 30 points against a team, our defense isn't going to get it done. And we saw that so many times last year. So it's really bad.
You really said Miles Killebrew?
You said what?
You really said Miles Killebrew? Like he has a home on the defense?
Hey,
I was there with you, man. I was there with you. I was just getting ready to say it.
Bro, over Tony McRae, 100%.
Tony McRae got a solid position, though.
You said
Man,
what?
Tony McRae is trash.
He got a solid position. You know he plays, right?
Y'all,
He look
y'all
like Ace
tripping.
Jackson when we put him in the New York game. Garbage, bro.
Tony McRae plays cornerback. What does Miles Killebrew play?
He said you switch
Supposed
up the
to be.
You bring Miles Killebrew and you have
What's he supposed to play?
Listen, JGB. You bring Miles Killebrew, now he can play safety. Now you have Tracy Walker who can cover wide receivers, covering the receivers instead of guys like Tony McRae, and you have Amani Warrior on the other guys. Just a lot of other things you could have did instead of putting that man on the field.
Well, listen, I think
getting killed by Jimmy Graham too.
Listen, I think it's intriguing because I think this question right here from Joseph Murdoch is very telling. He says, "No way did Bevel have AP on the sideline. That was all Patricia." I mean, I question a lot of things, but here's the facts. Even after they scored, we still didn't get down there and score. And I can emphatically tell you that I feel 100% comfortable in saying that Matt Patricia does not bother Darrell Bevel when it comes to him calling his offense. That, I believe, is all on Darrell Bevel. I really do. I do not believe that Matt Patricia involves himself in any way with the offense at all. I just think it all goes to Darrell Bevel. Now, if you are here and you have not hit that like, please do so. Also, if you are here and you have not subscribed to 313 J-Mo, we are trying to get him to 1,000 because that's where the fun of the game start at. And he's been hard at work at doing this thing. So let's get him to that 1,000 if you have not subscribed to him. It is linked in my description, and it is featured on my channel. So his channel is featured on my channel, as well as real Detroit Lions fans and OMG
Mom,
is Lions
Dad,
Talk.
1,000. Go ahead.
Huh?
I said my mom and dad's the last two. Go ahead, Mom, Dad.
Look, see that right there, J-Mo?
Yeah.
That family affair.
This boy JGB holding it down for the city out here, man.
Right.
So I mean, but it's one of them things where you have to look at it and you have to ask yourself seriously, like, why are we like when they scored to cut the lead to 10? How could we not get another point? Like just a field goal, a touchdown, nothing. Preferably a touchdown, but nothing. I'm having a hard time with it. John Kapler says, "Let's go Lions on 5. Start me you. We'll get Matty P and the GM fire." Oh my God. Yeah, people dumping. They dumping fast. It says you don't have to be aggressive in the first or fourth quarter if you got 3 horses that you can ride. Enough said. Listen, but they didn't ride them though. They didn't ride them. That's the problem. They did not ride him.
And, I do want to get Darrell Bevel a lot more blame because I feel like you could have used TJ Hawkinson like you did in his first game and took advantage of some things. And, he had like 55 yards and like 4 catches. I'm like, come on.
All right, I'm going to say something that's not going to be popular with people, but I'm used to doing this, and it's not me just trying to be the eyeball in this. But I believe that if they utilize DeAndre Swift more, he does not drop that pass.
Oh no, I don't disagree with that.
I think
like
he was.
That.
I thought he was so underutilized, and then you put him in the biggest point of his life for his first game, and say, "Look, catch this pass." That's a lot of pressure. Because you say he choked, possibly, but I'm just saying he was never in a rhythm to be out there for that pass.
He had 3 carries. So I'm not going to.
3 carries, 3 catches. He had 6 opportunities. On offense and all the other guys.
He just had more opportunities.
But Luke, you forget one thing though.
What's that?
You forget one thing, Luke. He was wide open. You ain't got to be in a rhythm to catch that when you wide open.
Not true. Not true.
Not
true. Randy Moss, Terrell Lawrence, Calvin Johnson, all the greats have been wide open, but they were in a rhythm and dropped it. You're talking about a rookie in his first game on the last play, knowing that if he don't bring this in. I mean,
I hate when people say rookie like he ain't getting paid to play. I hate when people use that narrative. Did he sign a check? He cast a check, didn't he?
You say he cast a check?
I believe he cast a check.
I'm just saying.
So I'm just saying. If you throw me that wide open pass, it's at least a 50-50 chance I'm gonna catch it. So if you're getting paid millions, then that means your percentage has to go way up.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, but it's just like basketball. If I were to take you out there, Mike, and say I need you to hit this game-winning 3, and you ain't been on that court that entire time,
basketball is a little bit different, though.
Yeah, but
NFL football is wide open.
But running backs are very similar. Hey. Running backs and quarterbacks are very similar to basketball. You have to be in a rhythm to do what you do. That's all I'm saying.
Ty Johnson wasn't in the rhythm, caught that same touchdown versus the Chargers.
Hey, let him know, J-Mo.
Like I said, it wasn't gonna be a popular pick. All right, listen.
I'm not gonna be hard on Swift. I'm with you, but we can't make excuses. Like he needed more touches, but he also should have caught it, and that's just how I feel.
I'm just making my view there. Why does everybody keep saying Isaiah Simmons played better against the 49ers? What did y'all see? What is it bad? Because he had 3 tackles? What was bad? He gave up a touchdown. Okay. Like, what was bad? He played phenomenal in that game. Did he need to have like 100 tackles or something for people to get some love? I don't understand this idea that he played bad. But listen, with week 1. Facts. With week 1 in the books, what improvements do you want to see from Matt Patricia in week 2? Start off with you, Andrew.
Sorry, you said what was that?
In week 1, with week 1 already in the books, what improvements do you want to see out of Matt Patricia going into week 2?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, for me, it's the adjustments. Okay. We've seen that we can hold teams to barely anything. We made Patrick Mahomes struggle. We made Aaron Rodgers struggle last year. We made Trubisky struggle for 3 quarters. We made Kyler Murray last year struggle for 3 quarters. Like, we can do it for a couple quarters. But then when they adjust, we do not adjust and just completely get obliterated. So I need to see adjustments, okay? They're going to throw Aaron Jones at us, and they're going to throw him at us hard as crap. And Devontae Adams is a very big threat. So I need to see that they can adjust to those guys, okay? I don't want to see Aaron Jones freaking running 150 yards on us. And I don't want to see Devontae Adams catching the ball 14 freaking times for 150 yards and a touchdown like he did against the Vikings, okay? I need to see adjustments, and I need to see something different. Because if I'm seeing something different, then that means that quarterback under center, he's seeing something different, okay? So throw something new at him, throw a couple blitzes, make sure you contain the run, and make them beat you instead of beat your freaking self, okay? I need to see that.
Okay. All right. What say you, OMG? What improvements do you want to see out of Matt Patricia in week 2?
I don't really want to see no improvements out of Matt Patricia. I just want to see what we was doing was fine. It was working. I just want to see consistency. You know what I'm saying? And then the ability to change, which really go on the coordinators. I mean, Matt Patricia has the final overall say so, but if the coordinator coming up with bootleg plays and they're not really putting no effort into it, or they're not being creative, then it can't all fall on Matt Patricia, because he got coordinators, and you're a coordinator for a reason.
Okay. What say you, JGB? What improvements do you want to see in week 2 from Matt Patricia?
I just want to see him stop thinking so hard about the damn game, thinking about too much analytics and stuff, and just play football. Like, I'm pretty sure with that Prater field goal miss, he went all analytical and stuff and this and that and scientific rocket man and all that. He should just punt the ball and play football. Sometimes you just got to play football.
And you would think that would be the case, but too often I'm seeing that those analytics that I think that he's using, that they not adding up, because even on that one to kick, he called a pass play when he could have just ran it, forced the Bears to call a timeout. Analytics tell you that increases your chance, because chances of you running the ball and you going backwards is not going to happen like what happened on that play where we got the sack. So it's just strange. But Ramon the New Age, I don't know if this is true or not, but if this is true, This is a shame. He says all of Hawkinson's catches came on one drive before halftime when he got the touchdown.
That's not true. He had a catch in the first drive.
But I think
where did he go?
He got 8 yards on it.
No.
I remember,
I'm saying I think what he asking is where was he at in the second half?
No, I know that's what he's saying. He said that after I said that about Darrell Bevel not using Hawkinson enough. Like he should have been in Arizona all over them.
Okay. Yeah, I just go, oh really? Okay. Okay. So J-Mo, what are your thoughts, man? What improvements do you want to see from Matt Patricia in week 2?
You know, it's funny. I actually want to see improvements from Darrell Bevel, even though I kind of just defended him. Because I mean, look, I have a different philosophy sometimes. You might not agree with it, but sometimes I feel like some games your defense has to win you, and some games your offense has to win you. Last game, I feel like the defense had to win us that game, and that's why I wanted Patricia fired because you gave up 3 touchdowns. We know other things happen, but I think this is a game where maybe if he changed anything, change your philosophy. I need 30 rushes. Like, I'm serious. Because the weakness of this Packers team is up front, especially if Kenny Clark's not playing. So we should be running the football all day and playing play action. So if anything, I want to see a change in philosophy. But to me, it's on Darrell Bevel because this is the type of game our offense got to score a lot of points if we want to even think about beating the Packers.
Okay. For me, the improvement that I want to see him do is in-game situation and player utilization. Another game, where the hell is Jesse James? Another game, you have all these running backs activated. You use them sparingly, and then the one who was killing everybody, making them decide if they want to quit football or not, you stop giving him the ball. Bruh, when he trucked Kyle Fuller on that sideline, Kyle Fuller hit the ground and then realized I can still grab a foot. I think I'll try it. I was like, bruh, then he did it to the little rookie. The rookie had a real bad day for the Bears. First he get trucked by Marvin Jones. Then he get trucked by Adrian Peterson. I'm pretty sure he should have been in concussion protocol, but you know what? They let him play. I just don't understand how this happens, and I want to see him understand that if it's working, treat it like Novocaine. Give it time. It'll always work. That's all you got to do. That's Coach Boone right there, if y'all don't know. That's from the Remember the Titans. He said all my players is like Novocaine. You give it time, it'll always work. But to me, I feel like that's where he fails in his coaching. It's that situation of football.
Can I ask you one question about that?
Go ahead.
How do all of these Belichick disciples come up? And that's the one thing they don't know how to do. Because I remember I brought up Cam Newton and the Patriots and how they just ran the ball a billion times because that's what they were supposed to do that game. And like, how do you not understand this?
Yeah, listen, I think what it is this. When you are playing for Bill Belichick, he gives you enough rope that you feel like you're important, but he never allows you to fully take over until you earn his trust. I think with Josh Daniels, he finally gave Josh Daniels his trust, but the moment Josh Daniels something he don't like, he's going to correct him. But Josh Daniels has been around so long that he already know coach ain't going to like this, so I better not call that. Whereas with all the other disciples, they go out and they're just trying to hire people that they went up against as coordinators. Like, oh, he did a really good job against me, only to realize that they got fired for a reason. And I think that's why you start to see that. You start to see where it's like, okay, this is not the approach that I want to be at. So, Dolo Dynamite says, "Are we still live?" Yes, we are still live. I don't see anything that say anything different. We are still live. So I wanted to point that out. But let's get to this next question because, again, I don't think everything is, all bleak and dead. But what should the Lions take away from week 1 that was good and used in week 2 versus the Packers? We're going to start this off with you, OMG.
We can still bank on the fact that Adrian Peterson going to be Adrian Peterson. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that first carry, he broke off. He let y'all know if you think that I done got a little bit too old, you must be tripping because I'm the greatest athletic freak of the running back era. Adrian Peterson is gonna be AP. And really, I mean, I know you say you people think like, oh, you don't want to overwork him. Overworking. Okay, Milk AP. He owned the NFC North / Central. Milking. Let him own it.
I love
Take
this
that,
energy, man.
ride on that. Ride on that. Like bank that, take that, give KJ his little few carries. Let Swift do his thing. Give it to Hawkinson. Stretch the field with Galladay or Jones. But let Adrian Peterson work that rock. I'm talking about giving him like 20 to 25 carries.
Okay.
Work it.
All right. 313 J-Mo, talk to me, man. What do you think that the Lions should take from week 1 and use definitely in week 2?
Man, LMG is preaching to the choir though, because that's what I've been saying. Like, the man had way too many carries for Washington. They ran him into the ground. But TJ Hawkinson, what I took away is TJ Hawkinson is real. We're all right. That year 2 thing is real. He's gonna be a problem. So we need to find a way to continue to utilize him. Because I saw all I needed to see in that first game, and he wasn't even being used a lot. Like, we talking about Jesse James not being used. How he gonna be used if TJ got 4 catches? Like, he definitely ain't gonna see the field. Like if our pick got 4 catches, you seeing -3 catches all rip. Like, so, but no, TJ Hawkinson is real and he a problem.
Okay. Infinity says, why did the Lions choke week 1 game though? One word: coaching. You know, I can even throw in 2 more: bad execution. I mean, opportunities were there, but I'm going coaching. It starts there. I mean, but JGB, man, what should the Lions take away from week 1 and use in week 2 against the Packers?
Just to scrap all that and come out fresh, pretty much. But against the Packers, I think they should probably use Jared Davis on more blitzes, because usually when he plays Aaron Rodgers, he's pretty good against Aaron Rodgers. He's usually hitting him a few times, sacking him. So.
Did you know that they cut his snaps in week 1?
Yeah,
like significantly.
Yeah,
significantly cut his snaps. And I'm like you.
Why.
I'm like you. When they blitzed Tavai, it almost looked like it wasn't even a blitz. It took so long for him to get there at times, and I'm like, yo,
looked like he just ran in there to step gaps.
Yeah, they didn't do it. Shout out to SpeakEZ Sports, man. This dude, I don't know why I find him so entertaining, but I love what he's doing over there. So if you have not subscribed to SpeakEZ Sports, you got to check it out. He has some of the most interesting guests that come over there. He talks about some of the most interesting things. I will tell you, it is definitely TVMA. That's IE for mature. So if you're going over there thinking you're finna hear some church music, that is not the channel for you. But you want to hear some stuff that's going to be funny and entertaining, definitely check out SpeakEZ, who says that he is so damn scared to play these damn Packers. So I feel him. Andrew, what do you think that Matt Patricia got to take away from week 1 and use in week 2 versus the Packers?
Man, I mean, not getting complacent. You can come into a game with a game plan, and if it's not working, you need to change it. And if it's working, you run that until it breaks. Okay, I don't like when we start getting too stationary and predictable, because then other teams adjust and we don't adjust. And I feel like I'm literally saying the same thing this entire time we've been live, but it's like, make the freaking adjustments, man. I get it. You lost multiple players in the secondary. That's hard, but that's when good coaching is even more essential. You have to be able to adjust in that situation, because every team's going to have injuries. And guess what? We're versing freaking Aaron Rodgers, okay? We have a good game plan against him last season. They literally didn't lead the game a single minute out of either game, okay? You have that. But if you don't have the personnel to do the same thing you did last year, then you need to scrap that and figure out a new game plan. Because if we don't have that, you cannot just try and do the same crap, okay? Aaron Rodgers is hungry. They drafted a freaking quarterback in the first round. He is not going to, lay down like he did last year, okay? So I need to see something.
Okay. Now, I'm Not a Hacker says it's called a delayed blitz. That's why he was coming so late. I'm not talking about the delayed blitz. I know the delay. I played linebacker. I know a delayed blitz when I seen one. I'm talking about how long it took him to get going on the delayed blitz. Like once he started running, it just wasn't coming. Like it wasn't. If you're going to look at my video of Jared Davis, you see Jared Davis in the Green Bay game doing delayed blitzes. You see him in the can't call them that no more. The Washington football team. You see them in that game, delayed blitzing, and he is smoking getting there. I just got used to that, and then when I saw Tavai, I'm like, dang, he's not running as fast, and that's what I'm pointing out. Not that he's taking his time.
It's like squirting a water gun.
So we're not gonna talk about how Christian Jones was on the field.
No, listen, no.
Over Jared Davis.
Listen, we talked about it, but I'm just saying.
No, because when Jamie Collins went out, I'm like, all right, Jared Davis and Tavai about to come out here. I saw Tavai, I'm like, all right, Jared Davis, and I ain't see Jared Davis. So I was like, play where you making a tackle on the sideline. So
I mean, he had staple of the defense too, right?
Yeah, he had
him and Tavai was supposed to be out there.
He had 4 tackles. Tavai had 4 tackles. Jones had 1, but still, I'm just pointing out that, like I think JGB was getting to, it's like somebody bringing a water gun to a fire hydrant fight. Like it was just not the same. It didn't look the same. It's like somebody telling you go jump in the kiddie pool when you know you got this whole beautiful infinity pool you can jump in. It just didn't have the same oomph when he took off and came after it. That's all I'm saying. So here's what I think that the Lions got to definitely take away from week 1 and bring to week 2. I need that same energy on the offensive line. Them holes that they was making, oh my God. The way they was blowing holes up for Adrian Peterson to get through, stop it, man. I need that same energy. On pass protect, the pass protect was pretty much there. For the most part, it wasn't like the most amazing, but still, he had pass protect. I want that same energy. That's got to carry over. It has to. If it don't, we got all sorts of problems, and that's not good for business. I just love, and I mean love, what that offensive line did, and I want to see more of that. But let me ask you,
weren't you surprised Taylor Decker didn't get no holding calls?
Listen, I wasn't surprised he didn't get it. I was more surprised when Jonah Jackson got one. I was like, damn it, what? Because when I watched the play over, I didn't see where he held. And then when it came to Crosby, yeah, he was holding. But he got this weird kick set. That's another story. I'll make a video about it. I
want to see what the line looks like when Big V comes back. If he comes back, when he comes back.
Listen, it looked pretty good with him.
If they keep that same energy as last week, they're going to look real good.
Right.
Right.
Let me ask you this. What player was underutilized that they need to utilize more versus the Packers? And we start this off with you, Andrew. Who do they need to utilize more versus the Packers?
Hawkinson. My God, dude, you invested a first-round freaking pick in this guy. Can you please feed him the ball? He caught all his passes. The guy is a red zone threat. Give him the freaking ball. Stop throwing to just your outside receivers, okay? And obviously everyone's going to say AP because obviously feed the man the rock all day, baby. But Hawkinson, bro, like this guy should be getting 10 targets. Kenny Galladay's out. Why are you only throwing him the ball a couple times? Feed him the rock.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's a good pick. I'm not going to kill you on that. JGB, who do you think the Lions need to utilize more versus the Packers?
Man, I'm going to have to piggyback, man. Hawkinson, he's just a mismatch. You seen that first touchdown that he caught, it was just like, damn, that could be all day, every game. Like, if they just use him, all they got to do is just do that. He just gets open. It doesn't matter if he's got a safety on him. He boxes him out. It's like, man, bless you.
Thank you.
I didn't know what that was. That's why I was like,
me either, bro.
I was like, oh, God, bro, I'm about to sneeze and have a couple tabs open. I was like, I'm not going to make it.
I didn't know what it was, but I'm glad somebody caught on. I was like, what? It's like a laser was being shot. But go ahead, JGB.
JGB the man, bro.
But yeah, that's it. Hawkinson, man, he's just a mismatch everywhere.
All right. OMG, man. Who do the Lions need to utilize more versus the Packers?
I'm gonna go a little bit unconventional, and I'm gonna say the guy opposite Hawkinson. That's Jesse James.
Okay.
Take advantage of Jesse James, because if you go too tight, Hawkinson is gonna get that guy, that safety linebacker, right? Then if you got Galladay playing and he gonna take somebody up, the field is wide open for Jesse James. So we need to run a lot of twin tight end sets and maybe even an unbalanced line with Hockenson and Jesse James on the same side. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of that. We need to let our tight ends get vertical and just start spreading the field out. You know what I'm saying? Let them get vertical and then let Swift run a drag route underneath them and let both of them block upfield. You know what I'm saying? Do something unconventional like that. You know what I'm saying? You know.
All right. Elijah Coakley says, please explain the rollout. The rollout. Are you talking about that play where they had the line moving with Stafford? Oh my God. I'm gonna explain it to you. They got cute. That's what happened. They got cute, and it didn't go that way. So it's crazy. Marcus Willis says, do you think Kerryon has lost his vision or patience running the ball? I don't believe that he lost his vision or his patience. I think like most soldiers, he follow orders. I'll put it that way. And I think he's told, stop bouncing it out. Don't do this. And he just puts his head down and go forward. That's what I think.
I pray that's not true. that's kind of like some Joey Harrington. We can't call audibles type shit.
Hey, bro, that was
how you gonna tell him not to bounce it? What?
They told the quarterback don't call audibles. I'm just saying I'm telling you
true.
Because if you look at his first season, he was allowed to bounce it out and do all this other stuff, and then it's like slowly but surely he was asked just go straight, take whatever's in front of you.
And that's probably why he's running in his offensive line, because he's going straight and instead of trying to use his shiftiness, man. This coaching staff, you gonna make me drop a video. You better chill out. I drop if I find out that's true, I'm going in.
Hey,
listen,
KJ did the exact opposite of Amir Abdullah, didn't he?
It looks like it.
He did the exact opposite. Amir bounced everything outside, even if it's open. He bounced it out. KJ just kept it up the gut. He don't care if it was blocked, no hole, 3 guys was in there or not. He was just, I'm going.
Bro, this man pulled a Mark Sanchez of running backs. How you run into your lineman's butt, bro? Like, what the fuck you running at?
Yeah,
I mean, he got positive yards though, so we can't be too hard on him.
Now,
you can't be too hard on him, bro. He ran into our own lineman. What you mean?
Hey, but he still got positive yards.
Devin99 says, I just got you another sub, J-Mo, and gave you the 100%.
Yeah, I'm officially at 1,000. Thank y'all, man.
Hey, man, where's my soundboard? Lord, this is what happened when you're unprepared. I wasn't ready for this. I gotta get you right. I got something for you. I'm gonna get you right. But listen, here's my view on it in terms of what I think they got to utilize more. They got to utilize Jared Davis and Julian Okoro more. You just have to. You got to come up with some kind of bitch. Oh my God, blitz, or some kind of blitz package that utilizes them and their athletic ability. Even though Okoro didn't look very athletic on that one play where I'm like, you let Mitchell Trubisky, he ain't even juke. He just stopped and you went flat-footed and he ran right past you. I think they got to utilize him more definitely. But hands down, they got to do that. J-Mo, did I ask you this question? I feel like I did.
No, I was surprised nobody said it. But, I think it's DeAndre Swift. I think we need to use him a lot. And I feel sorry for Kerryon. I don't know where you're going to find his carries, but you're going to have to find them where you get them. Like Danny Amendola find his catches on a team like this, even when everybody's healthy. So you got to find your catches. You got to find your carries somewhere, bro. Because I think we need to use Swift more. First of all, I actually would like us to start the game off with Swift just to get him settled in for one carry. Nothing. I ain't tripping. And use him more out the backfield and running the football, because I think he can do that. And once that happens, you throw in AP with them, and they ain't gonna know what to do, and it's gonna be a whole lot of problems. I think we need to use 35th overall. Like, why do I have to make an argument for this? Like, use the dude.
Yeah, listen. I know that would be the logical explanation, but I think we are all already in agreement that we need to run the damn ball. Like, I feel like that's what needs to happen. Now, J-Mo, you hit 1,000. And I said I want to do something for you because I want to make sure people understand that hitting 1,000 is not an easy thing. It's just not. It's it takes a lot. So, J-Mo, I decided to give you the best gift possible.
Down the field,
I'm sitting here bobbing my head too. Don't disappoint me. Luke just did all that for y'all.
That is for my man's 313 J-Mo, who is very unapologetic about keeping it real. He hit 1,000, as Old Timer Dave says. Congratulations, J-Mo. You hit that 1,000 mark, which opens up so many more things for him on here. So shout out to you again. Appreciate you rocking with the DSA. And being so passionate about all your sports teams, because Lord, y'all think saying something about Stafford best. Say something about them Pistons awkward. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. He's gonna check you. He's gonna check you.
Hey man, I just gotta say thank you to all the people. It has been a hard work and a grind, but it ain't too soon. Old Timer Dave say he's gonna watch my Aaron Rodgers is overrated video, so it might not go well after he sees that. But I told him to give me a pass, so we'll see what happens, man.
Hey, absolutely. So I just wanted to do that for you, man. Like I said, I appreciate what you do over there. And I know that a lot of people enjoy what you're doing. So you at the 1,000 mark. Now it's on to the 2,000 mark and making sure that you know, we support each other. Now, here's my next question, because I want to get back to some football. And I want to talk about this. The big rumor right now is the Detroit Lions are one of the teams that are extremely intrigued and interested in one cornerback named Prince Umakamara. My question is simple. Starting off with you, J-Mo. Should the Lions be like interested in Prince at all? Like, is that a thing for real? Should they be doing that?
And my answer is going to be a little bit weird, but they should be interested in him, but I'm not. I don't want to.
Okay.
Yeah, and to help the team, yes, but I don't think he's that good. So, and when I see Kenny Galladay, and when I see our receivers destroy people, I don't think that highly of him, and I think he played a lot off of good D lines. But yeah, he's like better than if True Font isn't playing, he's probably better than every DB besides like a Warrior. We need him at this point. It's more of a need type of thing, but I wouldn't do it.
Okay. You know, JGB, should the Lions be considering Prince?
Man, no.
Because you,
JGB.
Listen, the way he did it though was like, man, no, like, don't even ask this question. Talk to me, man. Why you say no?
I'd rather get some D line help and get that pressure up and help the secondary out instead of bringing in a trash player like him.
Listen, Detroit B says, he says, damn, Luke messed that name all the way up, bruh. You gonna learn that I can't say nobody's name. This has been going on for a while now. Am I right, J-Mo? I almost had like J-Mo or somebody else say it because I bought your name.
Most definitely, man.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
And another reason I don't want him because I don't like that Okuda downside comparison. So I don't want them on the same team. I don't want him poisoning Okuda.
Hey,
I
just call it like I see it. That's why I gave that player comparison. I'm just giving it. Hey, if you haven't checked out my video of me giving players comparisons to our first 3 draft picks, then you should definitely check it out, where some of them are going to be questionable by some people, but I just go by what my eyes see. But Detroit beat, that is why I mess up people's names. I'm just not good at it. OMG, should the Lions be considering Prince?
No, because you got a number 3 draft pick sitting over there with an AKA sore hammy, and you know, and week 1, you know what? That's gonna segue into your next question, man. I don't know, and I don't think I'm the right one for this question because I'm about to. Okay, No, they shouldn't, because we already got the DBs is the deepest on the roster besides the linebackers. So that's the last thing that we need to add. And like my man JGB said, we need to add D-line help if we're going to add anything. But if you got Okuda sitting there, then, I mean, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Because C.J. Henderson, he had what? He was like the rookie player of the week. He had 5 tackles, 3 passes defended, and 1 interception. And he was like the 8th or 9th pick. Okuda was 3rd. So I need to see something. And then on NFL Live, they said AJ Terrell is supposed to have a big week. No, I want Okuda to have a big week. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So take them heating pads off that hamstring. Get your icy hot ready, because it's time to go out there and ball. Don't sign no another corner when we got a number 3 overall draft pick. Man, please. Man,
You sound like he be wanting to throw
lucky
hands with
y'all,
him.
man. Got lucky JGB mama on here. Oh man.
Listen. This from the bread 313. I hope, or the beer. How am I supposed to say this? I'm messing up all the way around. Anyway, he says, who is going to man our slot corner position with Coleman out for a minute? Amani, Okuda, and Trufant are all outside cornerbacks. They're going to put Amani in the slot, hands down.
No, Amani can play both positions, and so
he can, but they're going to put him in the slot. I guarantee you, they're going to put him in the slot.
Coleman might only be out for 3 weeks.
Yeah, because after 3 weeks, he done, and he's on IR.
But you kind of, I don't know what we gonna do with Devontae, but you kind of have to put Amani in the slot, because I think he's our best slot guy right now.
Well,
after Justin Coleman.
Yeah, I think that could definitely be it. Andrew, should the Lions consider Prince at all? Like, at any point, should they really consider signing this guy?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
I don't know, Stafford, bro. Just yes. I mean, he has ties with the Bears defense when they had a very good defense, for one. He has ties with the NFC North, so he's familiar with Rodgers. He's familiar with Cousins. He's familiar with Trubisky. And we have no freaking depth right now. If Okuda gets hurt or he tweaks that hammy again, we have 3 starting cornerbacks out. Why wouldn't you bring him for a veteran's minimum? For $1 million or $2 million, we need it right now. I don't care if I know Coleman's coming back in a couple weeks and Trufant's coming back whenever, blah, blah, blah. I need him now. I need someone that is familiar with the game, familiar with Rodgers right now. And our backups that are going to be starting, if something happens to Okuda or whatever, are not nearly as good as Amukamara. So I don't see why we wouldn't bring him for a cheap deal.
Listen, I just look at it like this. Like, what is he supposed to come here and do? And how long is he supposed to be here? Like, I watched him with a more stellar front 7 on the Bears be like, oh, okay, he here. Like, that's what I watched him do. He was so stellar that they was like, we just going to go in and get a bunch of rookies and keep Kyle Fuller. Like, this is how they feel. And I'm on the belief that he ain't the answer. I forgot who said it, but I would rather see some D lineman help. I would rather see somebody who can generate some pressure. I would rather see another linebacker. I would rather see another safety, because this Will Harris that I've been confused about since we drafted him. When is it gonna click? So to
never
me,
gonna click, bro.
I just don't. I
feel bad for him because he on my team, but that boy is trash.
Listen, I just don't get. I don't get the whole love with Prince. Like, Prince he's not going to move the needle, and I don't know if he's going to necessarily be any better or any worse than what we already have. Now, SpeakEZ says if you get Truman Johnson, Morris Claiborne, and Prince, choose one. Whew.
Johnson.
I would take Johnson. I really would. I would take
Johnson.
And I probably would take Claiborne. You got it in order. I would take him, to be honest with you.
But I was about to say I would take Claiborne. I just think Prince is garbage.
Like I said, it's one of them things.
He's got clipped by every quarterback in the division too.
Man,
like I said, when I see Kenny Golladay destroy somebody, I don't think you good no more, unless you prove it. And I saw what Kenny Golladay was doing to him rookie season. It shouldn't have been legal.
Like I said, it's one of the things that I look at and I'm like, yo, this can't be real. But here's the next question, and this one we're gonna start this off with you, Andrew. It's assuming that Jeff Okudah plays versus the Packers. What should fans expect from him realistically?
In terms of like his production?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I expect him to have some good plays, but I also expect him to probably get torched a couple times if I'm being completely honest. I mean, his first game is going to go against Aaron Rodgers, who is one of the best quarterbacks ever. He's going to have to go up against one of the top receivers in the league, in Davante Adams, and he's going to be left on probably an island because we're playing man frickin' coverage on every snap, okay? And, I mean, even Alan Lazard and Marquise Scantling or something like that, all three of their wide receivers were torching Minnesota, okay? So I expect Okudah to have maybe one or two pass breakups, a couple tackles, but it's probably not going to be pretty for the rookie in his first game in the NFL.
All right. Joseph Murdoch says, should the Lions continue man or go to zone? If who out there? Tell me who out there. If you telling me it's Roberts and what the hell is his name? Craig. That's how memorable he is. If you tell me them two out there, they better be in some zone. Seriously. Like, you cannot ask them to do more than to be looking and keeping they face towards the quarterback. I don't understand that whole man concept. But if you tell me our starters out there, then stick with the man. But you better figure out a way to generate some pressure. So that's just my thought on the JGB. What should the fans really expect from Okudah, assuming that he plays on Sunday?
Well, if he's guarding Adams, expect him to get cooked and for it not to be a good day for him and the fake that he got another hammy injury. But in reality, just expect him to just have a rookie day, but
let's go back. Did you say he faked a hammy injury? Did you
Yeah, he said it. He
said it, yeah.
He said he faked it.
Yeah, you can't fake
injuries. He taught
injuries,
to Slay a lot, right? Shit, he taught to Slay a lot, man. So,
Well, yeah, with the new CBA, I've had arguments about this with people over Kenny God. With the new CBA and the way the rules are, you can't fake injury unless you're literally hurt.
There's people out here. I'm not gonna get into that, but
I just want to make sure I heard him right. He said faking the hammy. I said, what? Wait a minute. All
right.
If
he's not on Adams, we picked him at 3. He got to do good. We talk about it all the time. We got to have higher expectation for our team and these players. So if he's not guarding Adams, then I expect him to do good and to have a solid game. But have his rookie moments, of course. But overall, to have a pretty solid game.
Thank you.
Dolo Dynamite says, pick up DeAndre Baker, damn it. They don't like bad boys, so we can forget that. Okay, they don't want nobody bad. And so
DeAndre Baker can go to the feds.
And he's finna go to jail out here, so maybe lawyers make it go away. But what say you, OMG? What should Lions fans really expect out of Jeff Okudah, assuming he plays on Sunday?
Well, I'm about to reiterate. CJ Henderson.
Here you go.
Hey, I'm just saying. CJ Henderson, was he number 8 or number 9 overall? He had 5 tackles, 3 passes defended, and an interception.
But who quarterback was he facing, though?
It don't matter. He had an interception. He had 3 passes defended, and he had 5 tackles. AJ Terrell. Hold on. AJ Terrell is all over NFL Live. People picking him to have a breakout game. I watch NFL Live today.
What team does he play for?
It don't matter.
It
don't matter. It don't matter. I'm just saying like this. Look, my son that came in the room with me. He like, what is daddy talking about? Look, Okudah got to have a game. I mean, I'm not saying he's not gonna have his ups and downs, especially if he's on Davante Adams. He's gonna get cooked a few times, but he's used to going against Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. So you got a little experience on what to do, so he should have some good plays, he should have some bad plays. But against anybody else, he better not get cooked by Valdez Scantling. You better not get cooked by. Okay, you number 3. You better not get cooked by Kumaro. Okay, you man. I'm just saying he better have more positive plays than his negative plays. And I have a feeling if he do play, it's gonna be a last drive, and he give up the game winning touchdown, and people gonna be like, oh, but he's a rookie, and then it's gonna be basically our first and second round picks, then gave up the final play of the game.
Look, if we lose by a game-winning touchdown, I'm a flip, y'all. I'm telling
you, and I don't want to hear no excuses about, oh man, he's a rookie. Look, he getting paid.
Hey, I treat everyone the same, my man. if you mess up and you let up a game-winning touchdown, I'm gonna flip on your ass. I don't care who you are.
Listen.
Okay, now that I found out what team AJ Terrell plays for, I don't know why they hyping him up. They're going against Seattle. I don't know why.
I like the Seattle Seahawks, right? I'm a fan of the Seattle Seahawks too, and I'm telling you, with the way they design their front seven, particularly that D line, and you look at the best receiver that they're going to probably challenge on that team is going to probably be Tyler Lockett. I know everybody gonna say something, but don't forget Metcalf. They'll put a safety on the top of him. It's Lockett that they got to worry about. I think he'll be all right. I think Terrell will be okay. Hater's House 710 says, what are you guys' thoughts on Patricia's dagger time? I thought it was ridiculous. My thoughts are it was too little too late to try to start mantras when you on the chopping block yourself. So if you talking about dagger time in terms of yourself, then yeah, you're right. That should have been the case when he first came in. I just think it's too little too late to start it, but I don't knock anything that's a positive approach towards getting them in a different direction. J-Mo, assuming that Jeff Okudah plays this week against the Packers, what do you expect? What should fans expect from him in this game?
All right, I'm going to tell you something, man. I've already lost a lot of faith in this team, and I want Patricia fired. But if y'all put this man on Devontae Adams, I won't forgive y'all. That's just not fair. It's not fair. And I know, dog, Devontae Adams was cooking Slay in his best season, bruh. The dude is different. And I know OMG was like Marvin Jones and Kenny Galladay. Well, Marvin Jones and Kenny, you see what Marvin Jones was doing to Okudah with the one-handed? Bruh, they were smoking him. So I don't want him on Devontae Adams. But if he is on it, I expect him to give up a touchdown. But all in all, I expected him to have more good plays than bad and more of a, timely big plays. But I'm not expecting much against Aaron Rodgers. If they put that man on Devontae Adams, I pray they don't. That's just not fair to him. But you throw him in the slot, I'm expecting you to lock down. Valdez Scantling and Lazard, you better clamp them boys. Straight up, 100%. I would OMG on that. But if he's on Adams, if anybody on Adams, except for Trufant, it's not going to turn out well. But I expect him to play well. He should not have a bad first game. He should have a very solid game outside of whatever happens with Devontae Adams.
Okay. Now, really quick, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rex says, do you guys think Jeff Okudah will be better than Darius Slay? I think it's too early to tell. It's way too early. The man, he ain't took no snaps. We didn't get him to see nothing. In college, the best receiver he went up against dropped more passes than he knocked away. It's just a reality. So too soon to answer that question. Here's what I think that the fans should expect from Jeff Okudah. Absolutely nothing. If you think he's going to be great, you can expect that, but I think you're going to play yourself with this receiving core. If you think he's going to be bad, you can expect that, but again, I think you're going to play yourself with that receiving core because I think that what you're going to get from a guy who's already coming in with the idea that he has a bad hamstring. He's going to me. The biggest thing that I saw that was weak in this game was inside routes. He had a problem with inside routes and comeback routes. For some reason, he didn't handle those too well. So drags and stuff like that. I expect for him to still struggle with those type of routes, and I expect for him to have problems. But I'm not expecting for him to do anything special. I'm not expecting for him to do what C.J. Henderson did because I actually had C.J. Henderson rated higher than him. But hey. I don't expect for that, but I'm with OMG and I'm with J-Mo when they say you was taken third overall. Whatever you're gonna do, you got to come in and you got to at least be on the field and be available. And right now, that has been the problem. He has not been available, and available is the thing that stands out mostly for him. So, you know, you got to make sure that guy is available to play, and if he's not, then it doesn't make any sense. So let me see. Let me go to the next question. This one was sent to me by a subscriber. And when I saw it, I was like, dang, I saw when he posted it in the chat before, but I just stuck with it. And this question is very simple. We're going to start this one off with you, JGB. Is it time for the Lions to trade Kerryon Johnson for a cornerback?
I would say no. We gotta, the way we pile up with injuries, we gotta keep everybody we got right now. We can't afford to be letting go of anybody just for another injured spot, you know, because the way we've been running through linebackers the past 5 years, man, you know, no, not yet.
Okay. Okay, Andrew, is it time for Kerryon Johnson to get traded for a cornerback?
I mean, I wouldn't say a cornerback, but I would get anything I can for this man. I don't like what he's doing vision-wise. I don't like that someone that's mid-30s is outrunning him. You just invested another friggin' second-round pick in DeAndre Swift. It's time, bro. It's either he needs to show up right now and ball out and fight for his spot, or he needs to go.
Okay, all right. OMG, you know, is it time for the Lions to trade Kerryon Johnson and get a cornerback, or just trade Kerryon, period?
No, we cannot trade Kerryon Johnson right now. We can't stay healthy. We need as many. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying we can't stay healthy. With that, like that's like having a really good backup quarterback. I'm like, oh, we could trade him and get a pick. No, we can't. Like we need as many healthy running backs as possible. We already gave away Huntley and let him go. You know what I'm saying? We let him go before the season started. You know what I'm saying? And man, I'm still mad about that. That's why I just brought him up. I was finding a way to sneak his name in there. But yeah, man, we got to keep all the running backs we can possible, man. We can't. If one of them get hurt, we need the other two to do it, and we know one of them gonna get hurt. We know it. Like it's not like if, it's when they get hurt. We gonna need the other two to do their thing, man. We just can't go. We can't do it. We can't do it. That's
okay.
A no. Heck no.
Malik Mills says, "Hey Luke, do you think we should sign Everson Griffin? He is a Dallas Cowboys. Unless you telling me that they just released him, he is a Dallas Cowboy. So I don't think we'll be able to sign him."
Yeah, and I'm mad at that. That's my daddy team, and I'm mad right now. For real.
You got all kind of angry going on right now. You mad at everybody.
For real. My dad take a picture on the star. You know what I'm saying? And that's his Facebook picture. That's his Twitter picture. That's everything. And I'm mad right now. My dad got the squad over there.
You know, hey, I'm just saying. I ain't mad at him. J-Mo, man. Do you think it's time to trade Kerryon Johnson? I mean, forget if it's for a cornerback, but just trade him, period.
Well, yeah, if it's for a cornerback, no. But I went on Twitter, and y'all know I'm probably the biggest Kerryon fan in DSA. Yeah, man, we gonna have to trade him. I don't know about. I'm not gonna say. Look, not for no cornerback right now, but I want to say before he get hurt, because it's just not looking too good. But I think we definitely need running back depth. So I'm not going to get rid of him on the team. And I just want to say something to Lions fans, even though I am considering trading them. Like we've had a time where we didn't have any good running backs on the roster, and we had Amir Fumdulas and Theo Riddick, who was a pass catching back.
Thank you.
Let's not try to get rid of all of our good running backs right now and see if they can actually produce first. But Kerryon's value, it could diminish, but it ain't looking too good for my mans.
Motor City Thanos, man. He said, man, trade his butt and do it right now. I mean, right now, tonight, right now, trade him. Oh, my God. Listen, here's my thing. I don't think we can trade him. We only got Adrian Peterson for 1 year on his contract. And then, as OMG pointed out, the injury bug has been biting a lot of teams, not just the Lions. I don't think it's time to trade him at all. You know, I think unless it's a trade that improves a side of the ball or a position group in its entirety. Like if you're just going to be trading them and you get a draft pick, okay, cool. If that draft pick is another second, you essentially replace your second round pick with a second round pick. Cool. You mess around and get a first for him. You know, I need to know who drugged that person who made that trade, but cool. But overall, it's too early to trade this man, in my opinion, because
it is.
the season is still young. We only 1 weekend, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna have some injuries. Shay says, "What would you guys think if Patricia takes the Lions to the Super Bowl this year? Would you still fire him?" No,
Bro, I'd build a
no.
statue in my front yard.
Like,
What you mean?
bro, like you should be kicked out of the chat for that comment. I'll put you in timeout.
no,
We go to the Super Bowl. Are we mad at the? Come on, man.
no.
Really?
You
I
are.
mean, listen, the reality is this: if he makes the Super Bowl, that's one thing. You know, it's like, okay, you get to the Super Bowl. No, nobody's going to say he wants to get fired because the Lions have never been to the Super Bowl. So yes, if he gets to the Super Bowl, that's one thing. But my same question would be to you, Shade, is when he don't make it to the Super Bowl, he barely makes a playoff game. If he even gets to a playoff game, are you going to be willing to come off this support of him and say, yeah, he's not the right answer, or do you think he needs more time? You know, that's what it is. So you know, you have to ask yourself that question. I think a lot of us have seen enough, and that's where the growing pains come in at. Now, y'all can get ready for some more questions to send us your questions our way, and we'll start to answer those. This next question again came from another subscriber. My little chats and stuff be getting hit up. And that question is Kenny Galladay is rumored to be out versus the Packers. Do you believe that KG is really this hurt, or is this a contract negotiation tactic? We're going to start off with you, J-Mo, because you're the residential Kenny Galladay fan club guy. What do you think this is? Do you think he's really this hurt, or do you think he's using this as a contract negotiation tactic?
JGB, when I was telling you earlier about the players can't hold on, that's because these analytical Lions fans wanted to pitch me all the stuff. Well, he has to be hurt because he can't take an injury in this year. Let me tell you this. I've had a lot of injuries. I got one right now. And I'll tell you this. You can play if you want to play. If Kenny Galladay was paid, he'd be playing or at least practicing. You can't convince me that he wouldn't at least be practicing. Like, you can't convince me of that. So I think he's like, you know what? I'm going to put the kid gloves on with this injury. I'm on the contract year. I'm not doing nothing until I'm 150%, and I'm going to just sit back and kick my feet, and y'all better pay me my money. And that's how I think it is right now.
Okay. What say you, Andrew? Do you think that KG is really this hurt, or you think he's doing some negotiation tactics right now?
Look, you start the season against 2 division teams. You 100% sit those games out, and you want the money because you know that we've struggled against the Bears, and the Packers somehow, some way, find a way to win, or some crap is given to them. So if I'm Kenny Galladay, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna chill into the season. I'm gonna go in healthy. I'm gonna get my money because I want to see what you guys can do without me against 2 divisional opponents. I don't think he's that hurt. I've had very bad hamstring injuries while I was in season, and I was still able to play through them. Yes, sucked like all hell, but you're able to. You are 100% able to. So unless you tore your hamstring or just really mess it up, you can definitely play through it. So I think he's definitely trying to get that paper, man.
We got to look at the timeline. Like, he's technically been on his injury for 3 weeks now, and it'll be a month if he like the timeline. He's been on his injury for a while, and looking at his history, it hasn't taken him this long if he goes extended past this week.
The Lions do like to hide injuries too.
Right, man.
Not no more. Not that they get.
Well, no, you can't do it with this new CBA, man.
Yeah, and with the way they got it set up now, we under the microscope. That's stupid.
Downplay injuries.
Downplay is a good word. Now, K-Some Lion says trade Kerryon for Greedy Williams. I got to be honest. I watched Greedy Williams in his first season, and I was like, okay. like that was my response. Like, okay.
He talked too much, bro. We would never put him on our team.
I just don't see him as the answer. But let me OMG.
Stephon Gilmore, bro.
OMG. let me ask you: do you think KG is really this hurt, or do you think this is one of those contract negotiation tactics that he's using right now?
Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to agree with the rest of y'all. KG, this is all tactical. He like, okay, y'all not sure y'all want to pay me. Y'all want to give everybody this money. Everybody getting paid. Okay, well, we're going Bears, Packers. Let's see how y'all do. Let's see how y'all finish. Let's see how y'all do. And then y'all can come talk to me after in week 3. That's what he's saying. Come talk to me week 3 when y'all basically out, Y'all out of 2 games. And then y'all can holler at me and then we can talk. And then when I get out there, we're going to win the 3rd game and then we're going to see what's up.
Okay. JGB, what do you think? You think he really hurt, or this is just nothing more than a contract negotiation tactic?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to disagree with everybody. Our wide receiver core, we got some dogs in there. Even when we was losing throughout the whole season, Kenny Golladay was playing when we had nothing to play for. He go down with an injury, he'll still come back and play if the coaches will let him. But I don't know. I just don't get that diva thing from Kenny Golladay, man. I think I don't know. I do think he wants that bag, of course. But if he could play, I think he could play. He'll play. And if that's his,
So you've had like injuries before, right?
Yeah.
So if let's say you needed a week to be 100%, or you could just go right now. And that's what I think is kind of Kenny G. I think he's healthy enough to practice. Of course, we don't know. And I don't think that's a diva thing. That's just being smart, to be honest with you.
Not with the Lions, because they don't care. They'll
He said, not with the Lions. They don't care. They can care less about what you're trying to be slick with. Huh?
Right.
I mean, listen, to me, do I think he's hurt? Yes. Do I think he's this hurt that he can't play? No. Do I think this is a contract negotiation tactic? 100%. I do. Why? Because of reasons that we all discussed already. They're going against division opponents. If the receiving core is supposed to be so lit, then prove it. Y'all saying y'all can do it without me? Prove it. Because what I'm not going to do is go out here in a season where I can just claim COVID and not have to play and risk me having a major injury when I'm not under contract. Pay me and I'll start to play. Now, as the new CBA suggests, if he remains out with this injury and he's not placed on IR, which the Lions are not going to place him on IR until they are 100% sure that he's hurt. He's going to want to get some of that money. The question is he going to, be upset and be like, okay, y'all didn't sign me through the season, I'm out. But I do not for one moment think that that this is nothing more than a scare tactic to negotiate a better contract. I just don't see it.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So since Kenny's been here, his biggest games have been against the Packers and the Bears, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily.
I'm saying like in the division.
You saying he's had big games versus them? Then yeah.
Yeah, that's where out of all his big games, that's where his big games came from, is the Bears and the Packers. Don't you think that would help his stock if he just came out and said, I'm gonna ball out on this Bears defense who's supposed to be, this top secondary. I'm gonna ball out against this Packers defense who's supposed to be, all this and that, and be like, all right, get my bag, or then I'm just, like, why wouldn't he play like that?
Yeah, I don't think that playing is gonna motivate the Lions to pay you faster, and he's risking injury.
Right. That's the big thing. If
you gotta get that bag.
If he gets, yeah, but if he goes,
Taylor Decker got a bag.
Listen, let's say he go out. But let's say he goes
before
out.
He even played.
Hold on. Let's say he goes out and he goes out. He played against the Bears. He played against the Packers, 2 division opponents. Now he's sitting out against the Cardinals. He's sitting out against the Saints. Bye week happened. He sits out against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Him playing does not help his case. And all they'll argue is, oh, well, you're injury prone. You had these great games and now we can't even use you. They're not going to say use it against him. So he's basically saying, I think he's sitting on this injury. Like, listen, I'm going to sit on this injury because it's nothing that they can do to argue against it, especially this season where you have COVID and you have all these other excuses that he can use to negotiate a contract. And I think
Go ahead.
I think that's why it doesn't make sense for him to try to play in those games to prove anything. Because guess what? If he, like I said, I believe he really is hurt. But if he goes out there and aggravate that injury and make it where it's worse, and now he gets placed on IR, he hurts his bag. See, if I go out there and I ball out against an opponent, no matter who it is, and then then y'all decide like, oh, whatever, well, I'm hurt now, I can still get more money. It don't have to be a division opponent. This is what the players have been doing for years. Let you suffer some games to show like this is my value. What you gonna do to pay me? And then once they let them suffer and they see like, okay, we got to pay this man. Emmitt Smith did it, and you can go all the way up the line to other players throughout the years who've pulled this same tactic.
Ziggy Ansah did this.
Yeah, Ziggy Ansah did. There's a lot of people who've done it, and so to me, go ahead, JGB.
So then who's to say that it's not Kenny G's tactic, but the Lions investing in him?
What do you mean?
It could be it could be the Lions holding him out instead of them risking him. What if they're just gonna give him the money, but they're just holding him out so he doesn't.
Okay, I get what you're saying. If he get paid this week. No. But he ain't been paid, so that's why we have to be unsure. Like he ain't been paid,
right?
I mean, I would feel disrespected if I was him.
Me too.
Decker got paid before me.
I mean, and then look what happened to Earl Thomas, who played through injury and who played on his finals, and then he got a serious injury, and then the first thing they did was release him, and he's like and he gave him the middle finger on his way out. So people remember these little things, and you got to keep in mind he already know that it's going to be some new coaches coming in. He's not finna wait until a new coach coming. He wants to know that, hey, y'all want me here, regardless of who the coach is. I just think that you got a good point, though, JGB, but I just think this has got to be a negotiation tactic because I've seen him play through hamstring injuries a couple seasons. Like, I've seen it. So it's like,
I just don't think that's in him. I don't know.
I don't think it's not, to me, it's not a personality thing. It's just being smart with your money and your body. Man. Yeah. Like I said, he probably could rush back and play on some injured, but if this is us, I'm not lifting a finger until my hamstring is the most healthiest hamstring in NFL history, and I think he's doing the same thing.
And my question is this: he got a hamstring injury, Trufant got a hamstring injury, and Okudah got a hamstring injury. They just put a cornerback on IR for a hamstring injury. Well, they could have just did that to him if they were trying to preserve him, because they know he can get him back after 3 weeks.
All right, and Taylor Decker got an extension.
So
I'm sorry.
Just saying. Now listen, this is the part of the show.
Can I just say something about that,
Go
man?
ahead.
Why didn't Taylor Decker get a Jared Davis deal? Like, you got to prove something to me.
Because he's not as bad as we think. And finding good, legitimate left tackles are hard to find. His contract will balance out to still put him out of the top 10 once all the other people get their contracts. But in terms of being a left tackle, he's had his fair shares of issues. But go and look at week 1. Where was Khalil Mack?
Yeah, I'm about to say his position is literally like the second most important position in football. So as much as I hate it and he shouldn't have got paid, I'm with you. I understand. Like he's right. The left tackle.
Right. So, I mean, Jeff Backus got extensions, and we hated Jeff Backus. And when Jeff Backus was gone, we was like, can we get him back? Because even at his worst games, it was like, yo, we rather have Jeff Backus. We saw what what all them other players would do that we was like, God, why? So I'm just saying. Now, Blue and Silver says, Patricia, well, first let me go back. This is y'all time to ask us any questions, and we'll knock out as many as possible. Blue and Silver says, Patricia still thinks his system worked in the fourth quarter. Should he be fired immediately? We'll start this one off with you, JGB. Do you think he should be fired immediately?
No, just wait till the bye week and see what happens.
Okay. What say you, Andrew?
You said, should Patricia be fired?
Be fired immediately.
Not immediately. I mean, I'm with JGB. Give me a couple more weeks. Let me see what he can do against some playoff contenders.
Okay. Listen, let me go back to this one. You Can Call Me Funky says, Cephas got a lot of targets. I'm not sure Kenny is healthy. You know what? that could be true, but could they have been giving him a lot of targets to send a message to him? Could that have been it? Just saying. What say you, OMG? Should since Patricia thinks his defense works in the fourth, should he be fired immediately?
No, he can't be. I mean, he just can't be because it's his defense. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you're gonna let the whole defense go with him. Like, hey, y'all follow Patricia out the door. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Collins, Flowers, Coleman, all y'all follow Patricia. So they really can't just cause, you know what I'm saying? Like, he gotta stay because he handpicked and crafted that whole defense.
Okay. All right.
Well, you got to remember their versatility. And if you look at all of our players, all of them, they can play almost in about any defense, almost. So, I don't know about that.
Oh, God. I don't see when our defense they played good for some quarters, man, but they played so trash in that fourth quarter. I don't even want to say versatility in defense and our defense in the same sentence.
No, I'm just saying, I feel like another coordinator could come in here with this personnel and be fine. But I get you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this question right here, I'm gonna pass it off to everybody. Starting off with you, J-Mo. What are y'all expectations for Austin Bryant and I believe his name is Jaron Curse? Did I say his name right that time? Did I botch it?
No, you good. You good.
Okay. When they come back. So, what are your expectations for Bryant and Curse when they come back? What are you saying, J-Mo?
I'm sorry to Lions fans, but Will Harris and Austin Bryant are busted. I don't expect nothing from Austin Bryant. I don't at all. Curse, J-Ron, I think he's gonna have a nice little impact. I don't know how much, but I think we'll notice he's on the team.
Okay. Listen, again, it's too early in the night for me to be agreeing with J-Mo, but yeah, I think Austin is done. I don't think he's going to be able to recover from his injury, and I don't know if we're going to give him the time to really recover from it. And to me, Curse, he can't be worse than Harris. I hope.
Facts.
Do anybody on the panel have high expectations for Austin Bryant and Curse?
I do.
Who's that?
That's OMG.
All right, tell me why. Tell me why. Okay.
You there?
Yeah, right. All right. Tell me why he disappeared.
Oh, my bad. I was talking the whole time. I was on mute. My bad. Yeah, I expect Curse to get that position that Miles Killebrew was talked about for the last 2 years, the hybrid safety linebacker. And I hope Austin Bryant can just stay healthy enough, and I think he's an impact player on that D line, man. I just hope he get his body right, man.
I just don't think he's gonna stay healthy. And when we heard about Michael Roberts retiring, I'm like, some players they just get hurt. NFL stands for not for long. It don't work out for every guy, and he's been nothing but hurt. He played in like 1 game in his career, 2 games. It's not good, man. He's still hurt.
Right.
All right, now Mortal Films says, do you think Trey Flowers is living up to his contract? That 5th highest paid DN in the league. This one definitely going to Andrew. Andrew, love talking about his value. Andrew, is he living up to his contract?
Look, I didn't like what I saw this past week, but the man played phenomenal for us last year. So I'm not going to judge him off 1 game. Every single elite player in the league has bad games here and there. I mean, if this continues for the rest of the season, then heck yeah, I'm gonna be like, all right, that was a trash contract. But right now, I mean, he had 1 bad week, and it wasn't even an awful week. I mean, our defense, like we've talked about before, held the Bears to 6 points for 3 quarters. So if it wasn't for that fourth quarter collapse, we would probably be saying he's been doing great.
All right. We'll go to you on this one, JGB. Do you think he's living up to his contract?
Yeah, for what we brought him in for, because I hope nobody expected him to just come in and be like a 15 sack a year person, but for what we brought him in for, to man the edge and get his pressures and all that. Yeah, I think he is so far.
Okay. What say you, OMG? Do you think that he's living up to his contract?
No.
I
Because
don't know how I know you was gonna say that.
when you get paid that money as a DN, you gotta have the sacks. Like that's it. You gotta have the sacks. I mean, the defensive end position is measured by how many sacks, and then backed up would be by how many QB pressures you get. And maintaining the edge and setting the edge, you don't get no damn $90 million off of setting the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of the equation, but that's like the main part of the equation. And no, you don't get that.
J-Mo, do you think he's living up to his contract?
Yeah, I think he's doing solid. And I want a lot of fans to realize a lot of these contracts dictate what the market is. And at that time, the market is that if Flowers went somewhere else, he was going to get a deal extremely similar to that because he was the number one DN on the market. And considering what the market was, that's what it is. And like Andrew said, it was one game. And when he did come back in the fourth quarter, you know, he had a little bit of an impact before we completely collapsed because but anyway, you know, I think he's lived up. It's only been one season. Going off of that.
Okay, I mean, the answer for me is really easy. Yes, he's living up to his contract. I know we get all enamored with the idea of the sack. We all love the sack. We all, give me some sacks. But there's something more important than sacks, and that's generating pressure. That's collapsing pockets. That's playing a run. That's doing all those other little things. He's essentially for us what Hayward is for the Steelers. That's what it is. He's essentially for us what Cameron is for the Saints. And to me, if you got a guy who can generate pressure and push and generate attention, I'm happy. He's living up to his contract in that regard. And as JGB said, for what we're asking him to do, he's most definitely living up to it. Now, we got another question. This one comes from Top Tier, who says, what y'all think about Cephas' debut? So we will start this one off with you, OMG. What did you think about Cephas' debut? 3 catches, 43 yards.
I was disappointed. I was expecting just a little bit of sure hands from what Okudah was saying, from what he was hyped up to be, the excuses for him having such a slow 40 time. I expected him to be I'm sorry, but I'm just saying.
You ain't see him running slow out there though.
I mean, no, he wasn't running. He definitely wasn't running that speed, but still at the same time, all the things that they said for reasons why they were picking him, even though he had the quote unquote slow 40 time, we didn't see none of them. We didn't see none because what was he like 3 of 8 or something like that? Three catches out of 8 passes.
3 of 10.
Oh yeah. Oh, see, you should have just kept quiet, man. Just let me roll with the 3 of 8. So the 3 of 10, like, man. Good job. That's just. I mean, like I said, it's only one game. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to be like, oh, see, you know what I'm saying? But it's the only game you got to really stand behind. And so far, he's 0 for 1.
Yeah, I'm with you. I had a mixed bag about it. Even when Stafford made a bad pass, I was like, yo, both your hands on the ball. This is unacceptable. And to me, 3 catches out of 10 targets. I mean, if he wasn't a rookie, we wouldn't be talking about that's a great 43 yards. I could see if he had like 3 catches and it was like 80, 90 yards. You're like, oh man, he was getting them deep balls. He was getting some yards after the catch. That wasn't happening. Right. Where he caught it most of the time.
Them stats is in baseball. In baseball, 3 of 10 is good, not in NFL.
Right. Where it happens is usually Malik Will says, what will be the final score of this weekend's game? JGB, give me your final score.
Shit, man, a lot to a little.
Man, I just literally said that. I swear, I just said that.
A lot to. Hey, I'm not asking nobody else. Just that right there need to stand on its own. A lot to a little.
He didn't say what team though, so we'll take.
Yeah, either way it goes.
That is crazy.
Man, I don't know. I don't like to do scores.
Let me see. What does this say? Why does everything have to be all about show me the money? It's more insulting to call him a punk by faking being hurt and not playing to win. Quin always pays when you earn it. Okay, I respect that.
Nobody called him a punk, and nobody said he was faking. We just said he's taking longer with his injury. I don't know how people don't understand this. Y'all have all been hurt before, and you've had to go to work, and you was working on that injury, and you was still injured. But if they was playing with your money, you'd be like, no, I'm gonna sit out till y'all pay me correctly at my job. It's very simple, guys.
It's because a lot of fans ain't never got paid to play football or paid to play a sport. So when people like are doing these things,
punk,
they don't understand it. They don't understand it.
Devin 99 says, I think Patricia should be fired if we lose against Green Bay. Yeah, that would be 0-2 in the division.
Facts.
So just that's what it is. Motor City Thanos says, yep, if he loses Sunday, fire his ass right away. Dang, man, y'all ain't playing. Y'all don't look.
If only the Fords, had that thought, and you keep losing.
But see, I know it look pessimistic, but I don't know how the Fords can think if we start off 0-2, we're gonna have a good season. I think he might get fired. Maybe they need to see us lose against Arizona, but knowing the Lions, they'll win it just to give them more leeway. So let's pray that we lose 45-7.
Have you guys ever seen that stat of like starting off 0-2, 0-3, whatever? And
yeah, bro, they don't make the playoffs.
Bro, 0-3,
only
and
the
it's
Giants
like almost
won the Super Bowl did it.
Dude, literally 0-3, and you have basically a 0% chance of making the playoffs. So if we start 0-3,
20, anything can happen.
Right.
Bro, come on, man. This is the Lions, though. So
Malik Mill says, what you think about Aaron Rodgers playing against a weak Vikings defense? It's just what you said. It was a weak Vikings defense that had a lot of new pieces on there, and they was not getting the usual pass rush that they were used to having. And so I think that's why you saw a lot of the changes in it, because everybody wanted Anthony Barr, but they act like Anthony Barr is so great in pass coverage, but we clown Jared Davis. So I just don't understand, what we really be talking about. But I think that answers your question. It was a week. He got the right team on the right first week, so good for them. SpeakEZ Sports says, "Are you concerned Swift is a bust after that drop?" We're gonna go down the line with everybody.
Damn, I did not say all of that.
Starting with you, J-Mo. Are you concerned that Swift
y'all are tripping? Look, look, I need this to finish this year before I call him a bust. I won't call anyone a bust, no matter how bad they play after this year, because Darius Slay probably had the worst first season of any cornerback that ever turned the league. So we can't do that to Swift. He's far from a bust, man. Come on, he had a touchdown in this game, had a nice little 7-yard run. Come on, man.
Okay. OMG, what say you? Are you concerned that Swift is a bust after that drop?
No, he ain't a bust. No, man. I mean, maybe he's a victim of false usage by the offensive coordinator, but he's definitely not no bust, man. Man. I mean, now he could wind up being a bust because certain plays like that do stick in people's minds, man. And they do haunt them forever. So that one play could turn into something, but nah, man, he ain't no bust, man. Come on, stop it.
All right, what say you, JGB? You think, are you concerned with him being a bust after that drop?
Not after that drop. I'm not concerned, but I'm just concerned with Bob Quinn's second round pick history. That's, carry on, tease table. Fucking.
So would you say at this point Tobias his best second round pick?
That's even questionable.
No, I think that was a good pick though.
Listen, that's still questionable because if we get a new head coach and they go back to a 4-3, where do you put Tavai? Inside?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just asking. All right.
I hope to God they go back to a 4-3 because it's 3-4.
I mean, they played a lot of 4-3 in that game. They played a lot of 4-3 in the Bears game.
When there wasn't 4-3. That wasn't what you were saying.
Well, they put 4 guys up there. I'll put it like
that. They rushed 4 guys.
You're right. It wasn't 4-3, but they did put 4 or 5 guys up there sometimes.
All right, Andrew, are you concerned Swift is a bust after that drop?
No, but all these people hated on my dude need to chill, bro, because I'm not trying to have him have that Ebron treatment and then just be salty and have so much pressure on his mind every freaking game that he can't think straight. Because as a player, having that mental, preparedness and being able to just handle that stuff is very big. And if you guys are just like, oh, you suck, you cost us the game and you're a bust and all this stuff nonstop, like, bro, that gets to people. That freaking gets to people. So y'all need to chill on that. If he does it every single game, I'm going to join you. I'll freaking join you. I'll be the first one there. But don't do it after one play, man, because there were so many plays before that could have won us the game.
I think Devin 99 got it. Devin 99 says Adrian Peterson gonna get Swift right. He's gonna bounce back. I think he's right with that.
Yeah, and to me, a guy who was never put into rhythm drops a pass, and we talking about we should be concerned he's a bust. No, listen. When he had the few runs that he had, he made the right one cut, lowered his head, and went. I'm not gonna call him a bust. I wish that Kansas City wasn't thinking how I was thinking, and the running back that I wanted was there. But hey, he's going to get compared to J.K. Dobbins and all the people that we could have had. And the truth is this: most of the fans who are even concerned about him being a bust or mad at him right now, giving him that Eric Ebron treatment, these were the same fans that were buying into this belief that we got the number one running back in the draft, that we got the number one cornerback in this draft. So don't lose faith now at the one game. That's not going to work. Sincere Jones says, do you think AP will get 1,000 yards this season? That's a good question. Let's start off with you, Andrew. Yes or no? Do you see him getting 1,000 yards?
Bro, he has the potential to get 1,000 yards. Are we going to use him enough? No, because why would we give someone that you can average over 5 yards to carry the ball enough times to run for over 1,000?
I ain't saying nothing. JGB, does AP get over 1,000 this season?
Shoot, what Andrew said.
Okay.
For real, man. For real.
OMG, does AP get over 1,000 yards this season?
I'm gonna triple that. We're not smart enough.
Wow.
Next.
Wow.
Y'all is tripping right now. Come on, man.
Look, he had 17 yards on his first carry, right? And he was working them. And then we just didn't go with it. So we just I'm not saying the whole team, but the coordinator and the coach is just not smart enough to use the man like he need to be used.
I think he's that good to where if he's healthy the whole season, there's no way he's not gonna get 1,000 unless our running backs are really that good. But if AP is healthy and we expect injuries in that running back room, he's gonna be getting them carries and he's gonna have those AP games where he is a monster. So I definitely think it's possible.
I'm going to say he's not getting 1,000 because we're going to do running back by committee. I don't like the way that New England uses Sony Michel. I don't understand this. I think it's stupid. And when the guy is doing good, you keep running him. And I think that week one was much of what we should expect to see, where if he's running good, they don't care about that. They care about what the game plan is. And they'll shut him down before he can get it. So no, I'm going to say he does not get that 1,000. Blue and Silver says, how is Flowers supposed to generate pressure when it's 3 players rushing against 5 O linemen? He's still doing it though. Believe it or not, he's winning his matchups. And Danny Shelton,
he draws double teams.
And Danny Shelton had somewhat of a good debut, but I like what he did on a lot of the runs where he blew it up, and that's when they bounced it out. So I ain't gonna kill him too bad on that. Haters House says if AP doesn't get 1,000, that would be a damn shame. You ain't gotta tell us. You ain't gotta tell us. Let me see. Let me just go through because we're getting towards the end here. I want to make sure I get everybody questions in really quick. Would y'all be shocked if AP or Swift rushed for 200 yards this game? Yes, I would.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't. I already told y'all, man. Their defense is weak to the way that we run our run scheme. And if we give AP the ball 25 times, I wouldn't be shocked. Like, I would not.
Yeah, but
I'll be shocked, but AP definitely not.
Yeah, but he said one of them get 200 yards rushing the game.
Bruh, AP can do it. Swift, hell no.
They be acting like they be acting scared to give a running back 100 yards.
Right.
Hey, man. Hey, it is what it is, dog.
Buffed Up says Clyde Edwards-Helaire is way better than Swift.
Facts.
One game.
Listen. I got chewed out by J-Mo. J-Mo gave me the business in our mock draft. He was like, bruh, quit taking this damn running back in the second round.
I mean, because who did I want though? I wanted Taylor and Dobbins, and they look good to me.
I know, but I kept trying to tell you, like, I'm like, bruh, he make everybody miss. The first person always miss. I don't want to hear about that, bruh. Quit picking this dude in you know what, your mock draft over just because you keep picking him. I was like, damn. And matter of
who
fact,
we take too. Exactly.
Yeah, but listen, I think because of your vote, I lost that mock battle. Now that I think
should have took Swift anyway.
Now that I think about it, you lost me that battle because you gave the vote like, bro, you keep picking them. You took an L on this one. I was like, bro.
No, because I'm telling you, Andy Reid, me and him talk every once every 5 years. He told me, oh yeah, we taking that kid out of LSU because Mahomes said he want him, but I ain't tell you that till now.
I'm just saying, bro. I remember losing that battle because of you. That's all I'm gonna say. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen. We have been on for a while. I think we'll jump into the final thoughts. I know that there's a Thursday night game with the Bengals and the Browns playing right now. Nice. And then the basketball game is going on too, right?
No, it just ended. Miami won.
Oh, did they? Okay, so for those
they did. Celtics in trouble.
You know what? I'm gonna answer this question because I haven't seen Truth Teller. What's going on, man? He says, "What up? Are you concerned about the O-line claim considering the holes AP had in the first game?" No, I'm not. I think the O-line. Listen, them holes that they was making, bruh. I want some more of that, Truth. I want some more of that, hands down. Give me that and then some, and then we can talk about it because to me that is exactly what I want to see from an offensive line. I want to see them treating it like yo, this is how you win the game. This is how you get things done, and that's what I want to see from my team, hands down. So no, I am not concerned not one bit when it comes to that. So we'll go to the final thoughts, man. We'll start off with you, JGB, man. Appreciate you for coming on. You did hit me up real quick and swiftly. It was like, hey, I'm good for this week. I hope everything is good with you on your end. I know why you said you was going to have a little bit of time, but thanks for coming on, man. Give people your final thoughts, man.
Yeah, appreciate you for having me on. I'm all good, man. Appreciate it. But, everybody just, I don't know, just don't expect a lot from this game on Sunday. Just watch it. Just as a football fan, man. Just hope we win. That's it.
Facts. All right. Then we'll go over to you, OMG. What do you have for your final thoughts?
All right, man. Real quick, this is a story. This ain't got nothing to do with football. I'm gonna tell this story real quick. So, everybody knows I'm a sous chef. Used to be a sous chef. I get called in for a lead cook job because my current job was BSing because of the coronavirus. And my fourth day of training, the executive chef calls me and quits. So later on that day, the director of HR and the building manager have sit down with me and gave me the keys to the office and said, "You are the new executive chef." So
yeah, congratulations, man! Congratulations,
thank you.
So
thank you. Yeah.
I don't know if I got time to do the forward down the field.
One time, man.
I don't know, but I think I'm gonna try to give it to you one time because I think that it's definitely something that we wanna give you respect for. So yeah, listen, people, anytime y'all do something good, I want to show y'all as much love as possible. So please do tell me when y'all do something great because I don't care. You don't got to be on this group. I'm gonna still blast it all across the screen for you and get it done for you. But this one right here goes for my man OMG getting that nice sweet upgrade to that lifestyle and that job.
Forward down the field, our targets that will not yield, and with a blue and silver way,
Listen, again, congratulations to you, sir. And listen, this just the beginning. Next, I'm gonna see you on Chop out there competing, trying to win that cool 10,000. And I'm gonna tell everybody, like, I know him, I know that guy. Like,
right.
Elf, when he was talking about he knew
Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, I know that guy. So
Yeah.
So we want to give you that praise for that, man. You got anything else you want to add before we go to the next person?
Nah, we good, man. Go Lions.
Hey, salute to you. Then we'll go on down to you, 313 J Mo Heart of the City, because I know you always got something good to say, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna have something to do with KG. Tell the people your final thoughts.
First off, shout out to JGB, man. You got me to 1,000 a day. Shout out to your family too.
Hey, shout out to y'all, man. For real. Maybe you that post too.
No,
More product on ride.
Hey, but it seems like me and JGB in the same realm. The Lions have took our heart, soul, and spirit. We don't expect nothing on Sunday. we like with JGB, because I just told somebody this. I'm like, bruh, the Lions the rest of the season, I'm just gonna watch. I'm not gonna expect nothing. I'm like, they lose to the Packers, I might miss a lot of games because it's just not a lot to expect. So yeah, I'm with JGB. Don't expect nothing, just watch the game. And don't get excited when we lead, and do not get excited till the game over. Because we've seen this before. Do I have to say the words, the HM word? We ain't going to go back to 2015. But besides that, I've been screaming and crying about Kenny G sounding like a broken record, people getting sick about it. But I'm saying what y'all saying now. The man ain't paid and he ain't playing. Sign this man before I continue to lose my mind because it's already been lost. But shout out to everyone, man. Shout out to everyone on the panel. And last but not least, man, y'all going to put some respect on TJ Hawkinson's name. Remember I said that.
Facts. Last but certainly not least, one half of the dynamic duo, real Detroit Lions fans. Andrew, what are your final thoughts?
Hey, just want to thank JGB for coming on, man. Always love to have you.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
The dude too cool, man. Y'all don't know this, but that man, he could play the saxophone. But when I found out he could do that, I was like, what? Everybody got a hidden talent, but nobody knows until they do it. I'm going to find a way to get him to play that thing right here. It don't happen.
Right. But hey, just make sure you guys go onto my page. My buddy, my other half of the real Detroit Lions fans came out with a reaction video to week 1, and I'm not gonna lie, I was dying laughing. All right. So go check that video out and go stop by.
Absolutely. Listen, people, we appreciate y'all for coming through. Appreciate the entire JGB family for coming through, showing support and love, and subscribing. To all the people who subscribe, to J-Mo, Old Timer Dave, who's going to be on the show on Sunday with Rage MK and Dad Pizza to talk about their Packers. We look forward to that. Let me put this on the screen because your mom out here, boy, she got me out here feeling proud. It ain't nothing like when mom and dad is there to show you some love and support right there. Much love. And then she dropped this. That's my son, y'all. I can see the whole thing. You know how when you graduate and they yell out and you're not even sure where that came from, but you know that was your mother. That's what I want to do. I want to put that on the screen for you.
She's that type too.
Hey, you can hear it through the typing.
You can hear it, man. And listen, so I always want to put in the show on a positive note. And I'm telling you, I gotta stop watching Boomerang. But I love it because it plays my favorite cartoons. And so today's positive quote comes from Dexter's Laboratory. And in this quote, he says to Dee Dee, my intelligence and complexity of thinking is too complex for you to ever comprehend or understand. That's why I am different and I'm okay with it. People, Dexter was simply just telling his sister that I don't need for you to understand what it is that I feel. I don't need for you to understand what it is that I think. Heck, I don't even care if you want to try to attempt to wrap your head around what it is that I am going through. The only thing you need to understand is this is who I am and respect it. And when he says this, he's telling you all to do the same. Remember who you are, and if people don't like it, oh well. At the very least, just simply ask them to respect you, respect your differences. Don't try to wrap their head around your thoughts. Don't try to wrap their head around the way you move. Don't try to wrap your head around the way you breathe. Simply respect my being. And if you can do that, then I can respect you for being a human being that you're acting like. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you are respectful and generous and wonderful and nice to everyone. And as always, don't be no chump. Please subscribe to all the members of the DSA. And again, congratulations to my man J-Mo for hitting 1,000. So happy and so proud for you, bro. And for my man OMG for moving from sous chef to what again? Executive chef. I don't know if y'all know.
Yes, sir.
But what that generally means is there's a bump in pay. And where there's money,
Yes, sir.
and where there's money, I give praise. So shout out to them gentlemen and to everyone who joined us on the show tonight. Y'all stay blessed and good night. We are out.